Okay, so to continue, the equation of the particular hyperbola that opens to the right and to the left are as follows. Here's my little diagram here. If the hyperbola opens to the right and left and crosses the horizontal axis, then the x minus h term is positive. So that's x minus h squared over a squared, and that is the center to vertex distance, minus y minus k squared over b squared. That's the distance that we haven't talked about, is equal to 1. Now, if the hyperbola opens because upward and downward, then the transverse axis is vertical, and that is the vertical axis is positive, and the vertex is on the vertical axis. So the y component becomes positive. So this becomes y minus k squared over a squared, because now the vertex is on the vertical axis, minus x minus h squared divided by b squared equals 1. So use this as a sort of as a reference sheet as you go do a couple of examples. Let's see, I think we have time to do one example. Next page. There we go. Okay. So here's an example on page 661, example 1 in the book. Find an equation of a hyperbola with a center at 0, 0, one of the focus at 3, 0, and one vertex at -2, 0. Now we know there are 2 foci and 2 vertices, so we're going to have to find them. But at least by sketching a graph, you should be able to see them pretty easily. So center HK is at 0, 0. One of the vertices is at -2 and 0. That means the center to vertex, the distance A, is going to be 2. The distance is 2 units, and the other vertex is going to be at 2, 0. One focus at 3, 0, that's right here. So that means my C is going to be 3. And we don't know what B would be. Okay, so here's a sketch of the graph. And the equation, to find our equation, I need B. A is distance from center to vertex. That's 2. B, I don't know. C, distance from center to focus, which is 3. The equation is C squared, that's the longest side, is equal to A squared plus B squared. Solve for B or B squared. In this case, all we need is B squared for the equation. And since the parabola opens sideways, x is the positive term. So we write x minus h squared over a squared minus y minus k squared over b squared is equal to 1. And since h and k are 0, this is what we end up with. A squared is 4, b squared is 5.